Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim Shaves, and today is going to be a comparison shave between two razors. Karve Open Comb Deep Plate Brass paired with the Astra SP on its second use versus R41 with an Astra SP blade on second use as well. Hope you guys are doing well. I am in a bit of a rush. We have a little get together with some of my older friends, so yeah, I'm gonna be rushing through it a bit, but hopefully I could feature some good points about both razors throughout the shave. Hope you guys are doing well. As for the software today, gonna be going with Hendrix and Classics. This is the Badass Shave Soap sample. I got it lathered using my 24mm Yaqi Silvertip Badger, and using this new stainless steel bowl that I got, just a local market purchase, but it's working pretty well with that rounded surface. But I got the soap lathered up and nicely hydrated, ready for a face lather. Here we go, fully loaded into the brush. Here we go. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving break for those in US, and just a good weekend for everyone else. Also today I'm going to be shaving off this mustache here. About a 3-week-old mustache, maybe closer to a month, and I got 2 days of growth underneath the Cube 2.0 pre-shave, so I'm excited to just be clean shaven for once. I've gotten plenty of comments about the scraggly looking mustache, and yeah, I decided it's time to take it off. Here we go. Face, let's get lathering. Very nice. I think this is gonna explode into some nice and creamy lather. The Hendrix and Classics base is very creamy and silky for my liking. It doesn't explode as easily sometimes. Ooh, careful with that. I think because it has a lot of butter, sometimes if you put too much water, it can start to dissipate. But as you can see, it's doing well so far. And I haven't used it for too long, so I'll have to keep on practice using the soap, but so far it's doing well. And I love face lathering with this Silvertip brush. It's one of my favorite Badger brushes. It definitely is knocking for the spot for my favorite Badger brush. Just feels so soft with natural scrub to it. And even though it's a bulb shape, it's got a nice splay. It's not like a super high density Badger. It just splays nicely and doesn't give me any issues. And wow, that's some nice leather, nice looking leather. Doesn't mean that it's gonna perform well, but I can already tell it's gonna be slick just by how it feels on the face and how it looks, but I'm just guessing at this point. All right, plenty of lather there. I'm gonna add some more water. Paint that in. Wow, look at that. That's just off a sample too, so plenty more to use in that sample. Look at that. Now that's nice looking leather. Your leather doesn't have to look voluminous or thick, or it can be thin, it can be pasty, it can be thick, whatever you want, as long as it's slick for you. And I do like mine a bit hydrated, so I make sure I incorporate plenty of water into my lather. Anyways, let's get on with the comparison shave. Starting out with the Karve on the left side, and then going with the R41 on the right side. Let's get it going. Both, I've used both a couple times. I find them both efficient, but not as comfortable in some spots. But yeah, let's try them out. Here we go. First pass through, left side with the Karve Open Comb D plate. Well, I also got a little blemish over here. As you can see, I've already scraped it off. Now that is smooth, but all right. Not too much trouble on the heavier growth. Now let's let's get at the mustache here. Wow, no problem at all. Just smooth. You see some of the mustache stragglers. Yeah, really, when I first shaved with the Karve razor, I'm impressed how smooth it is, but But as I go through the shave with it, it just becomes a little bit rougher each pass. But the first pass with the Karve, smooth, efficient, a little bit of tugging on the heavier growth, but not too bad. Let's go with the R41. Actually, this is the R102, but it has the same head as the R41. I call it both. It's just the difference in the white handle over here. But here we go, first pass through. All right, this is smooth too. It's a little hard to judge. All right, on the mustache area, I would say the Karve was smoother, but everywhere else, I think R41 might be slightly smoother. In terms of blade feel, I think they're similar, but the Karve, they shave differently. The Karve feels a little more blade open. I don't know if that makes sense, but they have a different shave feel, but both were very smooth. Karve felt smoother on the heavier growth on the mustache, but everywhere else, they're pretty similar, maybe an edge to the R41. Let's check out the efficiency. Going with the grain, that's about the same. Yeah, let's continue on. Go with the second pass here. Plenty of lather. Wow, look at that. That is some nice stretchy leather there. Feels very buttery on the skin. The Hendrix and Classic soaps believe they have 3 different kind of butters, and they're towards the top of the ingredient list. So they are putting out some pretty good ingredients for the skin. All right, here we go. Second pass with the Karve on the left side, across the grain. Are very smooth. Across the grain, Karve does pretty well. It's just against the grain on the heavier growth that Karve doesn't do too well for me. At least this open comb deep plate. Yep, on the neck feels pretty smooth. No issues on the second pass. Very nice. Let's continue on with the R41 on the right side. Very nice. Similar smoothness. All right, I'm enjoying both so far. I think on the neck, Karve felt a little smoother. So both of them are kind of going back and forth in terms of smoothness and comfort. But I'd say they feel very similar so far. Wow, great residual slickness. Let's check out some of the stubbles. Oh, feels good. Both sides. Yeah. They both feel very efficient. It's slightly more on the R41 side, but I know my growth, I tend to get some stragglers on this area usually, so far they're similar. They shave differently, but very similar in efficiency. All right, let's go for 1 or 2 cleanup. Let's go for 1 first. Still got plenty of lather. HC&C Classics Badass soap is working nicely. No issues with it. Just feels very slick and creamy, giving me plenty to work with. I'll just paint that on, and all right, this is gonna be the major test for both razors, going against the grain. Last cleanup pass. Start with the Karve on the left side. I'm not counting that blemish because I already had it. All right. Not too bad. Feels pretty smooth against the grain, but there is a little bit of tugging against the grain. I think it's a like, not a love for me with this Karve razor. Let's try it with the R41 or the R102. Ooh, wrong side. All right, different feel against the grain. A little bit of tugging there, but not bad. It just shaves differently, but in terms of efficiency, they're similar. I think Karve might have been a little smoother going against the grain, but still some stragglers left on both sides. There's a little more on the Karve on the chin for me. On the neck, similar amount left. So yeah, one last cleanup and I'll wrap it there. Let me just lather up a little more what I have in the bowl. Here we go. Plenty of lather. Aiming for a bit of a closer shave, and why not? Let me just do one more touch up on the mustache just to make sure it's clean. All right, let's go on the mustache first on the Karve. It's going across the grain. All right, and going across the grain on the neck here. All right, man. On the parts with less growth, Karve is really smooth. There's some days that I really enjoy using Karve, some days that I don't. I think today I am enjoying it a lot. Okay, still smooth with the R102 or the 41 head. All right, pretty smooth. All right, that'll do it for the shave. Wow, that was a good shave. Very similar result, I would say. And I enjoyed using both. There are some minor differences in between, but let me check out how close it was for both. Similar on the neck. Still a little bit on the Karve. And straggler, still a little bit on the R41, but I think I'm gonna attribute it to my technique. I didn't really stretch the skin or shave the parts that I should have shaved. So, but overall, close result both sides. Let's test it out with the alum stick and see how that is. All right, rinse off with fresh water. Here we go, testing out with the RazoRock alum stick. Just light sting all around. Surprisingly on the mustache, just a light sting around there. On the neck, maybe slightly more sting on the R41 side. But both sides are pretty similar in the amount of sting that I feel. All right. So as I thought, both razors shave similarly for me. They do feel different. There is a bit of more weight to the Karve as well, so that might help with the stability of the shave, as I kind of letting the razor do all the work compared to this feels pretty light on the handle, and so that's one difference. Yeah, they're similar in efficiency. Some parts Karve felt more smooth, some parts R41 felt smoother, so it's really hard to pinpoint those differences, but got me to a similar result. Good result on both sides, no nicks, cuts, or weepers anywhere. And as I thought, they are pretty similar razors for me. I enjoyed using them both, got good result on both sides. So yeah, in the end, they shave different, but gets me to a similar result on both sides with not much difference. I'm gonna leave you guys there. I've already probably went over what I wanted to go for, but thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys had a great weekend and a good week coming up. This is Tim Shaves, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.